That look of an open glowing light and the sound of crackling log creates a very romantic and relaxing ambience. Today I will share with you some of the basic differences between an open fireplace or a cast iron stove that we have learned from our own experience, from friends or some research. Wood stoves are typically made of cast iron or steel, and they are designed to heat a large area more efficiently. In my opinion, the most important difference between the two is that the stove gives an 80% efficiency compared to 25% of an open fireplace. So that's a very big difference. There's a large choice of wood stoves to fit any decor, and as you can see here, there is also the advantage and option to choose one with an oven on top. So whilst you're using the fireplace, you can even bake or even put a kettle on top. So that's another plus for the wood stove. The cast iron stove can become very hot when in use, so it can be very dangerous around children. So if there are any children or pets around the house, it's advisable to put a fire guard. When we bought our place in Sicily, it was in February and it was freezing cold. So we realized we quickly needed some sort of heating instead of a gas heater that was left with the property. At the time, we knew that we wanted the fireplace to be the focal point of this very large living space. So we went to this local supplier of fireplaces, a very good Italian brand, and he suggested this big fireplace for the size of the room, and he sent his very professional workman to install it for us. It's always advisable to have it installed by professionals. Safety is another point to consider, because in an open fireplace, sparks can fly out onto a carpet or something and create a fire. And we had invested in this really good fire curtain, and we've never had problem. In the case of the wood stove, the fire is contained in a firebox, so it is safer. Winters can get pretty cold up in Sicily, and there was one year where we actually had snow, so we quickly found out how much wood you will need to warm up for the whole winter. We were constantly feeding the fireplace, and that is the major difference between an open fireplace and the stove. With an open fireplace, the burn is faster, so you will need many more logs. The maybe little bit of advantage is that the logs can be left large, and you don't need to chop them up into small pieces, because they will fit. Obviously, in a stove, you need to chop them up to a certain size. We used to have to order truckloads of logs to keep up with the supply, or a neighbor helped us to scrounge around the land to pick up pieces of wood. But nowadays we have a very large community of friends who offer us many logs after they've pruned their trees. So we're always stocking up in this way. If you're at a stage where you are deciding what to install as a heating option in your home, please let me know if this video has been of any help, and if you do have a fireplace or a stove, I would love to hear in the comments below your opinion on your choice. It will be helpful for others to make their own choice eventually as well. So it's good to share our own experiences and ideas. Do we regret choosing an open fireplace? I'd say no, but knowing what we know today about the difference between the two, I imagine we would have opted for a stove for better efficiency and less logs. In my next videos, I will also touch on the difference between a wood stove or a pellet stove. Obviously, I will give my own personal opinions from what I have heard from and gathered from friends who have one or the other, and I would like to share that with you. So look out for my next videos on this subject. Now on to a recycling project using a medium-sized tomato tin. This is a very simple project to do with a few items that you may have around the house. As you may have guessed, the project is a container for my plants. These are my propagated spiderets, and I will be planting one of them into this new project. I like to plant these in the winter and leave them in the greenhouse, so by the time it's springtime everything will be looking much nicer, because at the moment it's not good to leave them out with all the frost we get early morning and evenings. As you can see, the holes are very important, so the extra water will seep out, otherwise the roots will rot. I will definitely be making more of these recycled cans with different napkin designs, and it's a very good way to recycle instead of throwing them away. Now off to the kitchen to prepare this very, very easy apple tart. Enjoy! Hope you liked this week's video. If you did, please press the subscribe button below the video and share with your friends. I will see you all next week. Have a beautiful week. Bye bye.